Hey guys, very good morning. This is me Abhilasha, your favorite VRC mentor, and I'm back again with one more episode of your favorite Hindu Aeon reading comprehension. So, guys, if you're already here and can see me and hear me, then can you give me a quick like and share the session with everyone that you know so that we know we're sorted and that we're. Oh, what? I am live and audible, so thank God for that. Let's get our announcements on the road. फटाफट एक बार announcements कर लेते हैं and then we'll get started. Guys, remember there are some new batches that are starting up right away. 19th of February, the CAT and Omits and the beginner to advanced batch. Please join. Unlock 20 was going on till the Saturday 19th of Feb. The CAT combat happened yesterday. Last chance to get into top B schools, and of course our Ask It Out feature, which is really amazing because this feature allows you to ask as many doubts as you wish to. That's one. 3 doubts at a go. Also, you can get a solution in a choice of your language. So you can choose which language you want the solution in. And once you've submitted your doubt and let's say you get a solution and you have a problem with the solution, you can also get it reviewed. So those are the amazing things that are happening with your Ask It Out. So go on and just go on to our website or go on to our app and ask your doubts. That's the wonderful thing. All right, so that was that. Let's now get started with our article for the day, of course, as usual. Today it's our turn for the Aeon RC. So आओ करें. Ask It Out मैं ऑलरेडी बता चुकी हूँ. और right here are our words for the day, guys. So अपने words पे शुरू करते हैं. Contraband of course means illegal. कोई भी ऐसी चीज जो legal नहीं है. Contraband है, banned है. So any banned substance, okay, when you smuggle it, when you take it illegally from one place to another, that's called contraband. Bridging, of course, means joining two very separate things. When you bridge them together, you're joining that gap, you're filling that gap. We can also say that. So you fill up the gap. Okay, that's bridging. Then bakshish, of course, means inam, prize. So it's also a tip. So when you go to a restaurant and somebody serves you very beautifully, you are supposed to tip them, right? आप बख्शीश देते हैं. पुराने ज़माने में, इन अंग्रेज़ों के ज़माने में साहब लोग जो हैं गुलामों को बख्शीश दिया करते थे. All right, perceptions, of course, how you view something, your point of view about something, your perspective about something. Gleaned, of course, means understood. So you said something, I gleaned something from that. So that's gleaning. And cartel, of course, is a group. So people of the same business or people of same mind get together and form a group to do something. That's called a cartel. Okay. So ये हो गए हमारे words आज के. All right, let's get started with the article. बड़ा अच्छा interesting article था in Aeon. High crimes and cabals. The word cabal, guys, we have discussed this in class at some point of time. A cabal is a group of people who are, who get together to plot something. Okay. So a cabal is essentially a clique or a collaboration of people, but it is always used in a negative sense. It's not used in a positive sense. So cabal. Kabbalistic people mean they're part of a group which is plotting something, which is thinking of doing something bad. And that's why high crimes and cabal. What a beautiful name, huh? High crimes and cabals. Okay, let's read on and let's see what is this article about. So this is like the first article in Aeon essays yesterday rather. So in the 1970s, international development professionals settled on the following definition of corruption. So they said, hey, this is the definition of corruption. The abuse of public power for private gain. So if you abuse public power for personal gain, that's called corruption. So this is the definition of corruption according to the international development professionals. For economic modelers and political sciences, this focus provided clear parameters to describe the institutional conditions that motivate government officials to make money on the side while providing public services. So once we defined corruption as abuse of public power for private gains, then everybody was able to understand, give parameters, give an idea. Okay, here are the things that you need to measure to identify what is it that motivates a government official to, to make money when he is doing what is his job. So the telephone guy who comes and I will put the instrument in your home, but I will not connect the line till such time as you pay me 500 rupees chai ka kharcha, chai pani ka kharcha so called, is the same person that we are talking of. It's his job, but he will not do it till you give him something. Bilateral and multilateral donor agencies too found the definition helpful to create programs to reduce incentives for private gain. So many agencies decided to use this to create programs that would stop people from trying to get private gains in this thing. By streamlining the bureaucracy, creating appropriate checks and balances involving courts and legislature, and proposing independent bodies to monitor and address graft. So they tried to do all of this. They tried to create a framework where there would be very less red tapeism, bureaucracy, red tapeism, unnecessary filing, paperwork. If you have seen office, that's what we are trying to reduce. So keep it to minimum so that the work happens and the corruption doesn't happen. The anti-corruption strategies that came out of this understanding were, at least in some cases, quite successful in making government procedures cleaner and more efficient. So they brought out these anti-corruption strategies which created this session, made it a little more neat and clean so that there would be less corruption. They also helped to lower both internal and external perceptions of corruption in those countries. So the perception of corruption also went down. Over the decades, corruption studies has become an interdisciplinary domain involving criminologists, economists, ethicists, political scientists, and sociologists. So over this some period of time, since 1970s and now 50 years later, we have corruption studies involves not just one domain, but so many domains, and we've got them all here. Scholars now know a lot about the conditions that cause government workers to engage in illegal transactions. So now we understand this better. Why are government workers engaging in these corrupt activities, and why they disregard what they were consigned to do as public officials? So why are they not performing their duty? That's their job. The classic principal agent problem. So this is a classic principal agent problem. They have gleaned essential lessons about the strategies that cartels of public employees and special moneyed interests use to deform government programs and divert money to themselves. So now those who are studying corruption have understood how private moneyed interests and government employees form cartels, and they plot how to take money out of public schemes and into their own pockets. So there is that thing. So there was at one point of time when Rajiv Gandhi was in power, it was said that if 100 rupees was sent out by the central government, only 9 rupees would reach the actual beneficiary. And I don't know how far it is true, maybe only 1 rupee reached the beneficiary. It was just the system that was sucking it out. More significantly, they have discovered how these strategies get amplified. So the strategies how to make money illegally becomes bigger when political parties, campaign financing laws, advertisers and the media and other players, including the legal and illegal arms industry and big oil, join hands secretly and betray the public interest. So here is a huge set of people who all get together and try and cheat people, cheat the nation, cheat the people of this country. So ये लोग जो है ना सारे मिल करके public को बेवकूफ बना रहे होते. They're trying to befool the entire nation, and this is a big cabal. And it's a secret, this thing, and there is lots of things going on at the back which you and I, common people, don't even know and don't even understand for that matter. Given the range of activities and societal processes making up corruption, it is helpful to organize them. So there are many things that are going on. So it is helpful to organize them by their scale of operation. तो कितना बड़ा है कितना छोटा है उससे हमें इन्हें वो कर लेना चाहिए, ब्रेकअप कर लेना चाहिए, ताकि हमें समझ में आ जाए ओ ये बड़ा क्राइम है, ये छोटा क्राइम है, ये और छोटा क्राइम है. आई एम गोइंग द अदर वे अराउंड. ये बड़ा क्राइम है, ये छोटा क्राइम है, ये और छोटा क्राइम है. जस्ट लुक एट मी. So ये बड़ा crime है, ये छोटा crime है, ये और भी छोटा crime है, and now it is correctly done. Anyway, so petty corruption, petty means small, छोटे level का. जैसे मैंने कहा टेलीफोन वाले भैया. Petty corruption is used to describe illegal payments to individuals such as policemen on the street. ए रुको रुको, हेलमेट नहीं लगाया है, सर जाने दो ना, 100 रुपए ले लो. That's petty corruption. Security guards, driving license personnel, and so on, who serve as gatekeepers. So petty corruption happens with the gatekeepers, जिनका कोई वो नहीं है, बस उनका काम है enforce करना कि आप ये करेंगे, ठीक है. In this position, they control access to bigger offices or otherwise have a bridging role in regulating routes to ordinarily assured public services. तो जो assured public services है, उनका रास्ता इनके थ्रू जाता है. तो अगर आपको वो सर्विसेज लेनी है तो आपको इनको प्लीज करके जाना है. ये गेट कीपर है, ये आपसे गेट कीपिंग की फीस ले लेते हैं. दैट्स पेटी करप्शन. In South Asia and the Middle East, bakshish or gift is associated with such payments. वही मैंने कहा ना, चाय पानी खर्चा. You can call it bakshish, you can call it gift, you can call it chai pani, but that's what you need to pay. Sometimes a bribe is demanded or offered. Both ways happens. To avoid paying a larger penalty, or a person makes a payment of the books to the official to do something illegal, such as smuggling contraband. So if you're smuggling something, you will want to pay so that nobody checks. Sometimes you're caught by the police and the illegal fine is $1,000 for something, and you say, "Arey sir, dekh lijiye." So the sir comes back with, "Acha 200 rupees de do, dekh lenge." So he doesn't write your crime in the books. He doesn't file that case in the diary only. So वो 200 उसके गए, तुम भी खुश हो गए, so तुम्हारा 1000 बच गया and court की trip बच गई. So this is what drives corruption. Huh? So more chances are then that the inhuman measures imposed on marginalized communities. Hey, what is this? Okay, that was it. That was all we needed to read. Suddenly, how do I have pasted something? How I have pasted something that is not even part of this passage? I don't know. Sometimes I go crazy. Anyway, what is the purpose of this passage? Is it A, to define corruption, to identify types of corruption, to censure the bureaucracy, or to applaud those who study corruption? Come on, guys, let's get your answers in. Achha, by the way, my phone is about to die, so I may not be able to look at your answers, comments, and such like things. So please forgive me अगर मैं तुम्हारे scores नहीं पढ़ पाती हूँ आज तो. सबने I hope like कर दिया है session. अभी नहीं किया है, सिर्फ 16 लोगों ने like किया है, 37 लोग view कर रहे हैं. Please like कर दो. गुड मॉर्निंग एवरीवन. मुझे बिल्कुल अच्छे से नहीं दिख रहा है तो मैं अज्यूम कर रही हूँ हाँ आंसर्स दिखने लगे. यस, टू अपलॉड दोस, क्लियरली वी वर नॉट अपलॉडिंग एनीवन. To censure the bureaucracy, but we did not censure the bureaucracy here, so no. To define corruption, but did we really define corruption? Pay attention to the passage. Or to identify types of corruption. I think between these two, defining corruption probably is a better choice than identifying types of corruption, because we have just identified one type of corruption here, which was petty corruption, right? We did not go on and identify any other types of corruption. So I would not say the purpose of the passage is to identify corruption per se. It is rather to define corruption and then, yes, go on into the details of it. So I will go with A as my correct answer. We've defined what corruption is right in the beginning, and then we said, hey, this is how, these are how, corruption happens in different areas. So first answer A. The petty corrupt person will do which of these? Criticize the government, expound on ways to perpetuate corruption, castigate the controllers of public offices, exult in being bridges to public services. So जो petty corrupt इंसान होगा, yes, Rishabh, of course the passage is incomplete. If I were to read out 2000 words, I would not be able to finish in 20 minutes, and you would also just kind of get very tired. So my expectation is that the rest of the passage you can read on your own. Go home, when the class is done, you read this out. Now see, the petty corrupt person is someone who takes pleasure in the fact that he is a doorman or he is a gatekeeper to a process, because that is where he gets his money from, है ना? तो उसको क्या है, गवर्नमेंट की एक प्रोसेस है, उसमें वो खड़ा हुआ है यहाँ पे गेट पे पुलिस वाला और कहता है साहब से मिलना है तो 100 रुपए दे दो. He is the doorway and he stops you from doing something, meeting someone bigger. So such petty corrupt person will never criticize the government. No, he is taking advantage of all of that. No. Will he castigate the controllers of public office? No, he won't. So not possible. So let us look at B and D. So will he expound on ways to perpetuate corruption? Guys, unfortunately, election happens in 2 days and there somebody is out there singing away to glory in Lucknow. So expound on ways to perpetuate corruption means to talk about them in detail. Will he do that? Will he tell people, aise corruption karo? Not really. We don't expect that. But will he exult in being bridges to public services? Yes, he will feel very happy कि मैं doorman हूँ, क्योंकि उसका जो illegal income हो रहा है, वो तो यहीं से हो रहा है. So therefore, exult in being bridges to public service is something that this petty corrupt person will definitely do. Okay. So I hope you got that as your answer. Everyone, please remember to hit the like button. So petty corrupt person will exult, will be very happy that he is a bridge in a public service, because that is where he is getting his money from. Okay. So that's what. Very interesting inferential question today. Alright, each of these is mentioned in the passage except कौन सा mentioned नहीं है, देख लेते हैं. Anti-corruption studies have helped to make government procedures cleaner. Many disciplines make up corruption studies. Scholars now know why government workers disregard their duties, and political parties do not betray public interests. Come on, guys. Archit, good morning. Dishani, Ashvi, Yogesh, Sanket, Ajay, Chote Tyagi, Dipansh, Aman, Satyam, Siddharth, Sharanya, Swaishi, Preeti, Ajay, Madhumita. Riya, good morning. Amrita, good morning. अजय बेटा क्लास में आया करो, 12 बजे फ्री क्लास होती है, ज्वाइन देन, ठीक है? तो वहीं पे सब चीज पढ़ाते हैं, आया करो, आराम से पढ़ो. Alright, so the answer to this question, of course, let's take a look. Anti-corruption studies have helped to make government procedures cleaner. Is true, so cannot be my answer. Many disciplines make up corruption studies is true, mentioned in the passage, cannot be my answer. Scholars know now why government workers disregard their duty. Yes, I know that, so cannot be my answer. Political parties do not betray public interest. Hey, is wrong. They do betray public interest, and when they do, that's corruption. So therefore, D is the correct answer. I think a lot of you did get D as the answer. So make me happy. Mark D as the answer. Wonderful. Let's go to the next question. So I'm so lazy. I don't want to move also. So I just want to stand here and stretch my arms and just, make the slide go on to the next this thing. But laziness is what? Alright, which of the following can be the tone of the author? Petty corruption is rare in wealthy countries. Is it angry? Is it factual? Is it opinionated? Is it ironic? Good morning, Swati. Wonderful, Rishabh. I'm so happy that you're reading so many articles. That just makes me happy. Well, my phone just shut down. So, guys, I won't be able to look at your scores today. But hey, that's all right. No worries. So, petty corruption is rare in wealthy countries. Guys, the minute you see this word rare, now here is the writer's opinion. Okay. This percentage of corruption is happening in a wealthy country. Well, that would be fact. But because he's saying rare, therefore, opinionated. He is not angry. He is not factual. He is not ironic. So, clearly, opinionated. What is the meaning of graft? Is it corruption? Is it moral? Is it upliftment? Or is it a revelation? Graft क्या होता है? बहुत प्यारा सा simple सा word है, simple सी thought है. What is graft? So graft is something that is, I know I am very impatient now. If I had my phone, I'd be waiting and waiting for your answers, but because I don't have my phone at hand, and now I'm going to be very impatient. So of course, graft is corruption, guys. Illegally money lena for work that you're actually supposed to be doing, that's graft, that is corruption. Okay, so that's the correct answer. It's not moral, it is not uplift, it is not revelation. Revelation means that epiphany. Okay, epiphany क्या होता है? That moment of realization कि भाई ये चीज ऐसी है. Oh, light bulb moment. Oh, that's epiphany or that's a revelation. Okay, so when something is revealed to you, उसे कहते हैं रेवलेशन. अच्छा गाइस देखो, 2 फ्री क्लासेस चल रहे हैं मेरे. एक आरसी चल रहा है 3 PM मंडे टू फ्राइडे होता है, लेकिन आज ये क्लास नहीं होगी. ठीक है, सो टुडे आई एम कॉलिंग ऑफ दिस 3 PM क्लास. सो टुडे वी विल हैव द वर्ड पावर सीरीज एट नून. दिस इज ऑल्सो अ फ्री क्लास. प्लीज मेक श्योर दैट यू जॉइन इन, okay, for the noon session word power, and we will have our regular batches also. So 11 बजे हमारा beginners batch है और 5 बजे advanced batch है, which will happen on time. So do make sure you're joining in for these free classes and for your plus classes also. If you haven't hit the like button, please अभी भी समय है. गौर से देखो इस स्क्रीन को, ये 3 चमकते हुए आइकन्स दिखाई देंगे. Remember to hit the bell icon, like, share, and also subscribe, guys. You know, when you subscribe, when you like the session, हम लोग खुश होते हैं, है ना? तो प्लीज करना. और ऑल्सो अगर if anyone is taking up the Unacademy subscription, whichever be the field, do ask them to use AbhiCat Live and get that 10% off. There are amazing things happening on Unacademy. So do join in. Thank you so much. Have a nice day. 11 बजे मिलेंगे, 12:10 पे मिलेंगे for our free class on word power, and फिर मिलेंगे 5 बजे for our plus class for my advanced children. Guys, remember the RC batch is coming up this week for the advanced students. Once we finish the para-based course, the RC course will start off right away. So do remember to join in. Beginners, आपका कोर्स चल ही रहा है, आप चलते रहिए, पढ़ते रहिए. Just continue working. Okay. Thank you. Have a nice day.